I had a question because when we're at a trade show, it just hit my mind about, a lot of times you're doing demos at the trade show. And
Mm.
one of the things that we demo that people really like is our admin tool called OpEasy. And I think by now you've probably done a few of these demos, right? And
Right.
so what can you say about, what people like about that OpEasy tool?
Yeah, the OpEasy admin tool, it makes life a lot easier for the VARs, to be honest. It's a single pane of glass for them. So think about, you know, uh, if you're logging as a VAR, as an admin of a system, you want to have all of your
Yeah,
customers all under one tenant that's really easy to manage. That's what OpEasy is. But it's also at scale. Once you build templates in there, it makes it really simple to provision thousands of users at machine
hmm,
speed. It's really quick. Obviously you're managing your IVRs, your queues, your ring groups, and more, right? But
yeah,
it's all from that one interface. You don't have to leave there as an admin. And so a lot of the
yeah,
VARs I'm talking to, once they see it, that's very powerful to them. They know it's intuitive once they see it, and also it's just built to save them time, specifically in that mid to enterprise range where they can,
right,
focus on growing their business rather than, managing it and having to do so much time hand holding these opportunities in the
right,
admin interface.
right, right. Good. That's good to hear. Couple months, and now you've been around talking to VARs, and getting a better understanding of what the real value prop is for Clearspan. So, what do you think of the top kind of value prop reasons a VAR would want to use Clearspan?
Yeah, so since I've been talking to VARs specifically to get their feedback on what's really important to them, true value-added resellers are looking to own their own customer relationship, right? They already do, and a lot of the different services they offer, and so continuing that on the UC side of things is just natural. And their ability to bring their own brand to their customer is a huge deal, and that's one of the main reasons. That also allows them to create their own margin and profit and
Hmm.
make their own pricing for it, right? So
Yeah.
another big reason would be just the scalability on the large enterprise side. When we talk about mid to large enterprise clients, I'm a true believer that there's not a one size fits all UCaaS platform. Um, Obviously, there's some VARs that are going after this large enterprise space, and there's a lot of different requirements, and there's different things that those clients ask for, and scaling into that. A lot of these VARs that I'm talking to, they're looking for something. There's not a lot of options, and Clearspan fits that gap for them. And then once they understand that they can bring their own trunking, their own PSTN provider. That is a really unique thing that I've heard from them that I really didn't think about a lot before, Jim. To be honest, I thought
Mm.
maybe but in the UCaaS side of things, that's a very big differentiator, and I think that's one reason why VARs do choose Clearspan over others.
So, what you're talking about to me is really gets back to owning the customer relationship and being providing the real system to the customer. Um, and that's something that's a little different. We would not just be providing a commodity. There's other things that the value-added reseller brings, and you want to just talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly, right. So the the value added, the true value added reseller to me is a lot different than what had been used to selling in the past as maybe a
Hmm.
complete UCaaS system, if you will.
Yeah,
And that's fine for agents and resellers, referral model type situation, right?
yeah,
I just never really fully realized in this mid to really large enterprise clientele, these VARs, these true value added resellers, it's super important for them to keep everything on their own paper, their own brand, and really providing that for the customer with Clearspan really on the back, kind of under the hood, if you will. That's a big reason. But it's also that bringing their own trunking we mentioned before. That's a big one because they also don't have to handle taxes and regulatory fees with that. So
hmm,
their SIP trunk provider they bring does that
hmm,
when they contract with their own customers. So that's huge. And when we talk about them being and controlling the customer relationship, they're also controlling the support. They want to be able to offer that as a service. So being tier one support for these VARs is huge, and we allow them, of course, to do that. We just simply enable everything on the back end from the UC platform to keep that on your own paper, margins, and bring your own brand. That's what the VARs really
yep,
look for.
yep, good. Yep, that makes sense to me.